All right, so we have a glass induction cooktop for cooking on. This only works with certain pots and pans. The pots and pans that are provided with the van do work with this. If you decide to bring your own, you just want to test and make sure that a magnet will stick to the bottom of the pan, and that will ensure that it works with the induction cooktop. It plugs in right here in our 110 outlet. You can cook whether you're plugged up to shore power or not. If you plug up the stove and it's not on, you want to hold down this inverter power button, hold it down for a couple of seconds and then let go. You'll hear it beep in the back, and then it's now sending power to this power switch, and the power switch will kick on in a few seconds, and you'll have to listen for it. You'll hear it click, but you'll also see the stove actually power on, so you just got to be patient, usually 10 or 15 seconds. There it goes, it just clicked on. Now our stove's clicked on and we're ready to cook. The stove won't actually turn on unless you put an appropriate pot or pan on it. So go ahead and do that. Other things to note is that if you run this on max temperature or max power, sometimes it's too much power for the inverter. So I would recommend not running the stove on max power. It's not going to hurt anything, it's just going to cause the breaker to trip, and then you're going to have to turn it off and turn it back on, and it's just unnecessary time wasted. If you're plugged up to a campground to shore power, you do not have to press this inverter button. It's actually better if you don't. The shore power will automatically power this plug. So our front and rear lights are on separate switches. The front lights are on the front switch, simple enough. The back lights are on the back switch. You just tap the power button and they will turn on and off, and you can dim them by sliding your finger up and down. So if you want to hang out in the back with the lights on, you can without turning on the lights for the whole cab. Moving on to USB ports, we've got two USB ports right here, and you turn them on by switching this switch, and these are great for people on the top bunk to charge their phones at night, or passengers in the back to charge their phones while driving. If you are going to charge your phones, it's a lot more efficient to charge them on the USB ports than to use the shore power outlet with a wall cube, and that's because this is running off an inverter and it wastes a lot of power. So definitely use the USB ports if you can. That's pretty much it for electrical. The van does charge while you drive, so just keep in mind if you're going to run the refrigerator, you can usually run that for 2 to 3 days without driving, but then you'll want to drive to recharge the vehicle or be plugged up to shore power. If you're plugged up to shore power, you don't have to drive at all.